I'm a registered nurse at the VA Medical Center, and my specialty is ICU intensive care.
She'll come around and ask him if he want to hear a song, and he'll shake it and he'll nod. And she'll play him like 2 or 3. And so, yeah, he loves it.
Comparison change is the most significant. If we don't have any good culture that is guiding us, we're on day 8.
You squeeze my hand? Squeeze my hand. Squeeze my hand. Most of the patients here are total care patients. So if music can bring them to a resting point or any place aside from what they're dealing with, then I'm happy about that. And it brings them back to the human side of what life's all about and what healing is all about. We'll go from there, but at least we know it's not the equipment. Ma'am? Yeah, I believe it'll come up. I do. Now, I'm always careful to make sure they get to know me as a nurse first, because I don't want them to confuse my nursing abilities with my playing abilities and feel that the violin is to mask the nursing part. I want them to know that I can care for them from a medical standpoint. And when I start hearing them maybe saying that they've enjoyed me as a nurse, then I'll add that as like icing on the cake. I said, well, I have a surprise for you. I'll play for you.
She's very good. I certainly enjoyed it. Yeah. I don't know. I'll tell you, it helps. It's relaxing. This is the longest I've been able to stay off the oxygen. Must be her playing that helped me relax.
I always grew up playing with my sister. We always played together, and she's a lot better. I think I'm just a pretty average violinist, and I don't think I had the discipline to practice the way I really needed to practice to be a professional.
A major scale. I love all my students, but there are some that pop out a little bit extra. So Lori is one of those. She was really wonderful kid. I was very sad when I heard that her father died. He was a really nice person. I like him a lot. Yeah, I like her mom too. Wonderful people.
It wasn't too long after they were born that they were all involved in music. I found out about the program that was at Memphis State University, the Suzuki violin and piano program there. So they all started music at 3. We did what we thought was good for our kids, and whatever it took to get them what I thought would be a great influence in their lives, we were willing to make the sacrifices to do that. But it was expensive because we were in the program with doctors' kids, lawyers' kids.
Dad would do certain things to try to get, the money for our lessons, or he would juggle, bills to get it in. I could sense the strain, financial strain.
My husband was a driver salesman for Exxon, and I was a school teacher. I taught biology and other sciences. I had gone to the University of Memphis, which was Memphis State University. At that time, I think there were like 40 of us on the campus of thousands of kids of other people of other races at that time. So they really encouraged us to strive for excellence and to go for any career that we felt we could master. So I had that attitude with my kids. I just wanted to see them achieve. I wanted them to see them have the best life that they could have. And I know it takes money to do that, but what you put in a child is so important. And that's why I tell other parents, your best investment is in your child, because what you put in them, you really gonna get back.
You ready to eat? Okay. Too thick? Okay. So you prefer it more liquefied? I would always go to the University of Memphis's campus through the Suzuki program, so I was kind of familiar with music building. And then when I entered into nursing school, it was even more of a joy. I mean, I just decided that I'd go, I guess, with my heart. You put this back on your arm, okay?
They want to know what you did in the service.
I was in the
Army Medical Corps. Where did you travel? Africa. How many medals did you get? You got 7 medals. If you had it to do over, you wouldn't do it? You would? Okay.
If you called surgery and they came to debride it, it'd be just a progressive mess.
Does he have diabetes?
Yeah.
And he was on pressors at one time, high doses. It was so much that I saw needed to be done here. Have you had that air coming out of like that? Have you had that air sound all day? But I would have thought that veterans, especially since of the sacrifices that they've made for us to have a safe place to live, that they would get the best kind of care. Every patient deserves the best, but it just seems like things are so hurried, and their issues are complex, they're long-standing, and I guess it seems like the time that it would take for things to be resolved is not always there, and it's just kind of a hurried type of care. We definitely need more people. We have to do better. Mr. Jones, it's okay. You're in the hospital, okay? Your son is here. You can almost predict some things, but then other things, I like to leave a little room for miracles or things that can happen. So I always like to stay optimistic when it comes to the outcome of patients, because I really believe anything is possible. Anything is possible. We lose patients on a regular basis, and I try to remain positive about what's going on up until the very end, but it is, and then they do too, but it's hurtful to see when they don't make it, and it's also very joyous when they do make it and they come back to say, thank you. I look forward to those. I believe they can feel their surroundings, but I know for a fact our spirits never die, so I know some part of her heard it or felt it, and I'd like to believe that.
The first priority is not to train professional musicians. Although some of the students became professional musicians and they went to Juilliard School and some other very famous schools and they become professional musicians. But for Lori, she's a nurse and she plays violin. Even though she's not a professional musician, it's okay with me. I'm not disappointed. I'm actually very happy for her because she's doing something very good and I'm proud of her.
What I believe music in heaven is going to be like too. I think that when we get to heaven, it's going to be classical music. And it's going to be on strings of instruments like the violins.
There's so much to be done, and I just want to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because we all have something that we're supposed to be doing.